that. That's literally one box holding up a bunch of bullshit.
Darnell's like, look at what the hurricane did to me. Look.
Pushed all this shit into the corner.
My room was it was different before the hurricane. You should have seen it.
He's like, my room was immaculate before the hurricane. You should have seen it. It was so clean.
I feel you, people who are going through stress. I feel you.
When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
Speaking of assholes, I think it's time we talk some UFC, fellas.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
No.
All right.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Throwing Hands podcast, where we judge the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control. And we're back. The boys are back. I'm your host, Joe, and my co-hosts, as always, Ian and Darnell.
Why do you have a fucking kunai, bro? What's going on?
It's his new little
Plastic.
fidget toy, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, well, it's plastic.
Oh.
I don't know, that shine on it made it look real.
No, it's plastic.
I mean, I'm sure you could do a little damage with it, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's still pointy.
Yeah, if you're angry enough.
Still can't bring it in the octagon.
That's his secret, Darnell. He's always angry enough.
That's my secret. I'm always angry.
So we've been gone for a little while, and I think there's good reason for that. And it's kind of what a majority of this podcast episode will be about. Of course, we're going to talk about natural disasters would be one thing. Sure. We're definitely going to talk about the passing UFC 307. But yeah, we haven't done an episode in quite some time, and a short answer to that would be because some of a lot of these cards have been complete ass, and I would say that even ones that we might have wanted to talk about, the outcomes were like sorely heavily against anything we wanted at all. And it's like, we've talked about it before. We are the hardcore and casual parts of podcasting for MMA, and it's like, if
I
we're
blame
just,
the refs.
I blame the judges. I blame Dana.
Yeah, the judges. God damn it.
But
not the refs. I'm sorry, refs.
When that kind of happens, like, I don't blame us at all for just being like, yeah, I don't want to fucking, like, for why I don't want to sit there and talk about how this bullshit went down. So I mean, with that being said, I thought we talked today about a little bit of us all giving an opinion of what we think about the UFC currently, but kind of talk about some talking points that are brought up of the current state of UFC and what I see a lot of people saying, which is that it's just bad. And maybe why any of us think that way. So opening statements on the floor. Go ahead.
That's all Volkanovski's fault. Bitch lost
Did
twice
he let us
in
down?
1 year.
Oh, no, yeah, that's
Lost
right.
to Islam, and then you get knocked out again by fucking Tempura boy. Come on now.
Can we track it back to that? I think that's right. I think that's like the beginning of the timeline switch.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah.
That's when all the bullshit started.
Yeah, once we lost it to him, we were so confident too. We were like, no way. Yeah, you're right.
We were all like, easy claps. He's got him. And then
he beat you in the first fight, bitch. He's going to beat you again.
God
Head
damn
kick.
Yep.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right. So, I mean, and that kind of, some of the talking points I do have. I mean, Ian, what do you think?
I mean, I was just going to say, my biggest issue right now is the fact that a lot of like the main event fights have been boring as shit. Like most of the prelim fights have been way more exciting. They've been way more engaging, and like the 3-round fights, they've been way more entertaining, like than any of the championship fights for the most part. Like if we have champs, they should be more exciting than the nobodies, like what the fuck.
And that does seem, I think more than ever, there's like a huge battle between like MMA purists who are like, this is great. It's such a match of like contest of actual guys with actual skills. And then there's people who are like, yeah, but we do need excitement. Like
there needs to be some sort of an in between for sure. Like, obviously, Dana can push to be like, hey, you can't be wrestle fucking as much, or like at least make it more exciting on the ground, or try. I don't know. Because
the only people who can get away with the wrestle fucking is Oliveira and Islam sometimes when he feels like he wants to fucking finish the fight, other than just hold you down and just beat you up.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you go for a fucking finish, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then
if they're holding him down.
If you pull a Bilal, then it's just like...
All right, let's go home early today.
You're getting up and you're fucking out.
And it's like kind of to what Ian was saying as well, is like there's not, after Dana put up that huge bonus incentive and not a single motherfucker went for it. It's not sharp. I'm good. What happened?
I know. I hit my hand on my desk trying to catch it.
Nice. Yeah, the second that happened and Dana was pissed because nobody went for it, and like he just, did he even give out those bonuses that night? I don't even remember. I think he decided not to. I'm not too sure, but either way, like it proved to him that even if I try to incentivize these guys even more, like nothing happens. And it shows, it's just one example, but fucking Raul Rosas, like he goes out there, puts on a decision fight, and he's like 50 G's. I'm like, is that what you fighters actually think merits a 50 G bonus? No. So
if it's like a what else banger,
yeah, it's
of
like
a decision fight, but if it's just 3 rounds of meh,
yeah,
because
it used to be that simple. And what's crazy is fighters were making more money back in the day when it was that simple. It was as simple as Dana being like, guess what, guys, 100 G's tonight, and everybody would be like, yo, I'm sorry, we're good friends or whatever, I'm fucking taking your head off, dude. Yeah. And now he offers that, and fighters like, well, I'm very worried about my record, and if I win this, I'm very much closer to the rankings. He's like, bitch, fuck your rankings. Yeah. You know how hey, look at Sean O'Malley.
You'll get more fights
the line.
Exactly. Put on fucking crazy fights.
Yeah.
You'll get more fights, and if you win, then boom, fast track, you're popular, you're put on entertaining fights.
Yeah.
We solved the equation.
Very much so. It's been a proven test, and if people don't like that in MMA, it's like, I'm sorry, but that's who was it who just said it? Izzy just said it. Making noise is how you get known in the UFC. Being active and making noise is how you get like known in the UFC. He pointed out like when he first started, like he was like fighting as much as he possibly could, and those are the fighters that everybody remembers: Kevin Holland, Donald Cerrone, Israel Adesanya, like those guys.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah. So yeah,
made the most fucking noise. He got popular so quick.
He sucks.
Well, yeah, now, but like when he was up and coming, like his first couple of fights, like he would win. I think his first 2 fights he was like normal, and then after that he started like going crazy.
Mystic Mac is back.
Yeah, all that crazy shit. But yeah, no, he just talked big game and won.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to not defend belts.
Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
It came crashing down just as fast as it got big, but we don't talk about that because we don't talk about him anymore. Oh, so you do talk about Conor McGregor? Okay.
Yeah, just say that he's shit.
Yeah, he spreads the word. He lets people. He likes to dash on people. He does a drive-by. He goes, "Hey, he's not coming back." He likes to do.
Pushing.
He'll be at the gas station. Lady's like, have a nice day, and he'll just be like, Conor McGregor's never coming back.
But honestly, it's my most accurate update of it, because like sometimes these dudes put up videos of Conor hitting like pads, and it'll be from like 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago when he was just hitting pads, and I'll be like, look how great he looks, or it'll be from even longer. It's, but Darnell sends the video of him from 2 nights ago in the club being like, so at that boxing match, no, he's gonna, what he's gonna do?
Just like, dog, he's cooked, he's done, and now he's running for president. Fuck out of here, bro. You ain't fighting.
He's never coming back. So I've taken out some talking points about some of the things we've all talked about before, to maybe let everybody else know a good reason why they'd be like, damn, you know what, actually it makes more sense of why these motherfuckers haven't been watching. Or it's not even that we haven't been watching, we've been watching. Watching the majority of it.
I have zero opinion on it. Yeah, it'd be shit opinions for the most part. I mean, they'd be negative opinions for the most part.
For sure. let's start with something here. Something I had sent a video into you guys about, and now I'm starting to hear it, and it's that commentary has fallen off. Commentary is not as exciting as it used to be, and it's also all we're waiting for is that big PLE, that big pay-per-view night where Joe, DC, and John are gonna go, oh, and then freak out. That's all we're waiting for. Other than that, you're a Bisping fan with Dom. Him and Dom like cruise together pretty well, no pun intended. And you know what? I'll take it back, pun intended. All right. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I don't even listen to commentary at this point, especially like if I'm out at like a fucking bar or something. You don't even hear it. So then I like get on Twitter like 30 minutes after the fucking pay-per-view's over, and it's just people complaining about commentary. I'm like, I ain't even hear shit, so I don't even know what's going on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
As long as they flow together and the fight's interesting, because then they actually have something to talk about, then it's fine. Like if they're boring fights, then obviously you would prefer Joe, DC, basically. But
because they'll also crack some jokes about what's happening at the time, and they'll
John,
film.
But other than that, it's like as long as the fights are entertaining, then the commentary should be decent.
Yeah, I would say like it sucks because we used to be able to rely on Joe, DC, and John for the most perfect, commentary at all time. But now it's just Joe and DC just want wrestling matches. And even Dean Thomas wants fucking just strictly wrestling matches. In their opinion on the fact that like, oh, well, if you're that good of a wrestler, or if if a wrestler takes you down, then you should just be able to get up. That's part of the game. And Joe talking about, I'm not interested in like what's exciting. I'm interested in like actual war and combat. I'm like, well, in war and combat, I would gouge you in the fucking eyes and get you off of me. Like,
there'd be a really big difference.
Yeah. And so this whole like, and I made this point, I think, in the chat, and I was definitely talking to somebody else about this. I was like, no, it's like, if you're an Olympic fucking level wrestler and you've been training wrestling since you've been in high school, and you go against a guy who's a kickboxer and he just picked up kickboxing when he was 19 and started doing that, and all of a sudden he gets you on the ground, and you get him on the ground, which is obvious, and then your best bet, if you can at all, is to hold him, and you manage to do that. So why is the striker an asshole now? Because he managed to somehow hold this elite wrestler in place. Like, that's just as impressive. But to them, they're like, no, that's bullshit. We should get rid of that. You should be allowed to just hold him there for 5 minutes straight. And I'm like, that's
stupid.
Yeah.
If they're not doing anything after like 30 seconds, stand them up.
I'd be getting banned from live events because I'm throwing my drink right into the Octagon.
They stand
I might have
up
a
after
bad
30
right
seconds
shoulder.
of not doing anything.
I'm just like if it was just 5 minutes of just on the ground
of just
I'm just cocking that shit back. I'm throwing my shoulder out. I'm getting banned. Out of here.
Because like a good example of that is people talk about this match like it's the most exciting shit ever, and it's not. It's such an old match too. But yeah, it's impressive what happens at the end. But it's Hoist Gracie versus I'm trying to think of like the wrestler he went against at the time. Might have been Tank. But I mean, Tank just wrestles Hoist, and they just hold position for a full, because that was when there was no time limit. So it's like a full 25 minutes almost. And that like 23 to 24 minutes in, Hoist finally gets the fucking armbar on him. But the whole time they're just on the ground wrestling. And it's the most boring fucking thing you've ever seen. But you'll hear peers talk about like that's the most artistic fucking thing they've seen in their life. And I'm like, no, that's Joe and DC coming in their pants. That's what you hear. They're like, oh my God, look at that wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I'm like, it's boring.
It's expert level.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing Hoist Gracie
carries in a big ass cross
was he fought Matt what's his name?
Matt Hughes.
Yeah, he fought Matt Hughes. And then he beats him. And then his team immediately says, oh, he used Hoist Gracie's grappling to win this match. And it's like, no, he didn't.
He's wrestling.
He just wrestled him.
Yeah.
I was like, that was some crazy denial shit right there.
Yeah, but even this is way more entertaining than half the shit that we see. nowadays.
Oh, you mean the groundwork at least? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I
they're
mean,
actually
Hoist is-
moving there's
There's also a ton of room. There wasn't like I think it was like a bigger. I don't think that's even an octagon for that one, is it? I don't think it's like a.
No, I think they were all octagons.
Okay,
Like that was just like the thing for them.
Yeah, but it's a big ass octagon.
that's what I was gonna say. I remember them having a ton of fucking room.
It's way bigger. But no, this is
Actually,
still way more
they're just
interesting.
smaller.
Actually,
the height comparison now. If you check the time frames, yeah, I don't know. That's all just to say that like commentary doesn't. You're right. You're right, Darnell. Like it shouldn't play a huge part of it. But if you are in a setting where you're listening to the commentary, and like at some point it went away from Joe and DC being very like explanatory of like what's happening to just being like, yeah, no, this is bullshit. I don't like what the like. They're just complaining about things all the time, and I'm like, okay, well, why don't you guys go work on the commission then and fucking put the headphones down?
Literally, anytime something happens on the ground, that's them. That's them. It's just like, oh, okay,
100%.
now you guys are excited.
Okay, I see. Yeah. And they'll say it too in the middle of a crazy exchange. You'll like it'll be the fans are going crazy. You'll hear DC go, now if I were him, I would change levels here. I would change levels and go up against the fence. I'm like, yeah, we know you would. We know. That's what you would do right now, DC. Fucking A.
Joe and DC when they change levels.
Great job.
Great job.
Great job. All right. I also have here that the obvious thing to point out is that all the divisions are ruled by Russian and Dagestani wrestlers currently. That is the current championship roster, except for Pantoja, who is just a boring fighter that nobody talks about. I mean, it's really what we've called, as we talk a lot, is the darkest timeline, as started by Volkanovski by taking the head kick. And that led into all of these Russian and Dagestani guys coming out of the woodworks, finally getting their visas, going over to Abu Dhabi, and fucking all of a sudden it's just a roster filled with all these dudes who don't like us, don't care about the fans, just want to go back home and be with their family. And I'm like, I mean, that's fine and all, but like, where's our champs? Oh, they're over on a different country. Oh, okay. So no update on him? No, I mean, you'll see him in 7-8 months when he fights. Maybe. Oh.
Maybe.
Okay.
If his government allows it.
Yeah.
All right.
Depending on what chemicals he's currently on. We'll see. It's crazy. And that ties into the commentary thing because they're wrestling like motherfuckers and Joe and DC. Like, these are the most dominant guys that UFC's ever seen. And I'm like, sure.
He's so dangerous on the ground.
Too many fights filled with cards and main events of people that like we have no idea who's on it, like who the general public would know. So there's just like so many cards where like main events of like fighters that were like, okay, that's the main event, sure. Too many cards
Because of the mouse.
because of the mouse. And you could go back to like episode like 20 something, and Darnell was saying that, and it's just gotten worse since then. It's just week after week after week of these events where you're like, sometimes I have to be up early or like get off work, or like, sometimes they're late. Sometimes the people, it's like, what are we doing? And then that ties into my main complaint that I've had recently, which is that they have all these fucking cards nobody gives a fuck about. And yet we were just talking about this last night, and then all they want to do is promote Slap, and that's fucking it. Here it comes.
That fucking headache of a show. Like, just watching it gives me brain damage. Like, I see the commercials and I'm like, fuck, I've got a concussion.
Until you see that Hawaiian who said, this is going to be quick, I promise you. Smacks this dude. He gets up, he's wobbling, he's kind of grunt screaming a little bit. And then he says, I can't hear, I can't see. And you're like, what do you mean? This man smacked you one time and knocked out 2 senses. Stop everything. This isn't okay anymore.
I'm saying. I mean, and that's crazy. But like,
when he said, I can't see or hear, I was like, oh, nah. No. Disqualify all the Hawaiians because that slap came all the way from
No,
King
just
Kamehameha.
shut it down.
Yeah, it's.
If I
he's
couldn't
treated
hear or
Bede.
see, I would unalive myself so quickly.
I mean, it was temporary, but
Imagine going into that thinking like, no, there's really little to no risk actually, and honestly, I can't hear or see. You were saying what? You were saying what?
bro, when he like at first he just seems like it was just like, oh, that was a pretty hard hit until he said that shit. Then it was like, hey, we're done. We're done.
Something else that's like ruined like any possibility of slap being anything at all was just like they just invite the most toxic of like internet celebrities and people to be there. Like take away from like people like Sketch being there or whatever, but like they invite literally anybody, and like all these motherfuckers are always at these events, and you're like, cool, this is our crowd, I guess. And it's also just like just a crowd for rich people too. It's just it's literally just all rich people and celebrities who go see these things.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
get
mean,
them influencers in.
Yeah,
that's where it's like the whole gimmick thing, because that's what it is. It's a huge ass gimmick.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Not for the pores.
And that's what, you know, hey, not for us. It's like,
I guess if
Would
rich
you
people like get the rocks off to that.
genuinely,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
just like
fuck,
Roman
geez.
Empire for the gladiators.
That's
They don't
way
see
different. That's more
they
like
don't-
UFC though.
They don't see the danger, but they just want blood. They want violence.
yeah.
But then when it gets
Well, they
turned
know
on
that
them, then
somebody's
it's a
gonna
problem.
die.
It's like,
I mean, a genuine question. Like, would you rather watch the slap thing if they were like, this is what it is, and here are these two guys, this crazy Hawaiian and some other big white dude who cares? Or would you rather watch like if, I don't know, fucking trying to think of like an extremely relevant two fighters right now. If Ngannou and Jones were like, all right, we'll fight, but we're only gonna fucking box. And then instead of having to go to a different promotion and worry about all this other shit you had to follow, you could just watch them on a UFC promoted boxing where other undercard fighters who don't get a lot of fights get a chance to do that as well. And then you could learn them and then you could see like two big time fighters and a couple other big time fighters that you've seen before do a different sport, which they all go do anyway. They all go do boxing and other kinds of shit anyway.
Yeah, well, they train all that stuff. Yeah, regardless.
So then would that not be more interesting than if they offered you the Hawaiian and some other big white dudes slapping each other?
I'd rather watch boxing than that. Yeah.
I'm not even
100%.
gonna lie. Only because I know how live events are,
Yeah.
and there's not gonna be any fucking commentary.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
going to go watch the slaps. I hate myself. It's just something I can't get over because I'm so used to it. Like on TV to hear commentary and then just
make me sick.
You
I
make
think
me sick.
I'm mad at my damn self. And it's just like I'm just gonna go watch some people go die real quick.
I mean, just imagine if like mid card to like even high card fighters could go to the same UFC promotion, just a UFC promoted kickboxing event where they're like, hey, we're doing kickboxing on Sunday. Go see Khalil versus.
I would say like they could do all the promotions. They could literally have their own wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing. They could have all of those promotions.
Yeah.
Easily.
Does that already?
One.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Well,
tune into
UFC
one, you don't
could
know
do
what the fuck's going on.
We could do it better.
Well, UFC could do it and organize it a lot better, and they could make a lot more money on it, I think.
Yeah.
Americans have no market for anything that's not boxing or MMA. They don't give a fuck about grappling. Maybe
Muay Thai.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a big maybe on the wrestling.
I would say
But-
wrestling and kickboxing could get pretty popular.
They don't care about kickboxing out here, bro.
Yeah.
They put on kickboxing events. They have pay-per-views for it, and you're just like, huh? What?
But that's where I think
Not
that
UFC.
But if they offered
100%.
it to you in a UFC fashion, I
Yeah.
think more people would watch it.
Yeah.
I don't think they will. They won't change their minds.
I think
Yeah.
it would be a little bit more
I think you're
like
a fucking hater, all right?
No, if I was a hater, I definitely wouldn't have brought up one.
Right. No, I think that like I no, but I do think that if you saw the card and you saw at least 4 like fights where you knew both fighters and they were UFC fighters, you'd be like, oh, and they're just gonna kickbox. I'd watch that. You know, like
100%.
It
I
would show
would
a little
watch
bit more
that over
interest.
them slapping each other. 100%.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shit. I don't know. Watching Ngannou and Jon Jones slap each other.
Oh, that would actually. I would watch that.
That one. I would probably watch that
John
one.
would die. Yeah, John would die.
That was 20 plus years of shoveling sand in the hands of Ngannou. He's killing him.
And you know, a little bit to what Ian was saying earlier. Horrible judges is what I have as the last thing. These are all these things are full blown like legit reasons why anybody would be like, yeah, that's why I also do not follow the UFC as like hardcore as I may have before. All of these things.
Nothing's worse than boxing judging.
That's true.
Yeah.
If that shit is not
Well, they're just
clear
biased.
cut somebody dying, or if it's like a one-sided fight, it's more than likely gonna end up in a fucking draw somehow.
Fair enough.
Every fucking like big boxing match, somehow, some way, they're just like, no, it's a draw, and it's like, draw where? Like it needs to be a fucking winner. Fuck you guys having fucking rematches and then having triple rematch. Nah, fuck all that. Nigga, just have somebody win now.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have a
draw?
triple
He's
G
missing an
in fucking-
eye.
Like, we don't need fucking Triple G versus fucking what's his name? What's the Mexican boxer with red hair? Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo Alvarez, right?
Yeah, like the niggas went. I think the first one was unanimous. Then it was a draw. Then they fought a third time. It's like, nah, stop it. We don't need that. It's weird.
It's the trilogy.
How many fucking trilogy fights are there in boxing? There's like every other fight that like the trilogy. You're like, are these guys?
Every single boxer has a trilogy. What do you mean?
That's how you know you've made it in boxing. You get a trilogy fight.
You get your first trilogy, and then you know you made it.
Crazy. Well, horrible judging is a good way to segue into UFC 307 because holy fuck. I mean, judges. I mean, they must have gotten into those Death Stars cocksuckers. I don't know. Because, like, what the fuck was that? What was happening last night? Fucking first, the Jose Aldo decision, which...
The best fighters won, bro.
Oh, is that so?
Nah, I don't know. It was weird.
It definitely was. Like,
The Aldo fight definitely was weird.
the Aldo fight, and I mean, the Aldo fight, sure, maybe there could have been an argument that Mario won. Like, I could see that. But, I mean, majority of people were like, yeah, Jose's winning this thing. But that fucking Pennington and Pena fight, what the I mean, everybody was like, yeah, Raquel defended pretty easily, damaged her up, knocked her down so many times, outstruck her, did takedown defense out the ass, only got taken down in round 1 and towards the end. And the judges were like, yeah, I mean, did you see those takedowns? I mean, did you see the takedowns? Definitely a win for Pena. Insane.
I think my favorite part about that was the fact that Raquel was just like, good luck. Now you're stuck with her yapping.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, damn, just calling everybody out on this shit.
As we mentioned last night, we had said, and it seems like maybe we're a little bit of bad karma, but I don't think we have anything to do with it, to be honest, because it seems like every time when we expect a fight to push us deeper and deeper into the darkest UFC timeline, it happens. And we said, I had totally forgotten. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that if Pena wins, then we're just pushed deeper into a horrible timeline set of champions. And
here we are.
You know, but we said you know, we've talked about with the Khalil and Pena, with the Khalil and Poatan, whoever was going to win that, it wasn't going to push us any further deeper into a dark timeline. But obviously, we would like Alex to win that fight, and he did.
Yeah, I'm like, Pereira is like the only champ that I like right now, basically.
I fucks with Tom Aspinall, but you know, they also are just all they care about is Jon Jones in the heavyweight division, and that's fair. So, you know, I bet if you ask like a lot of like casual MMA fans, they would still think that Jon Jones is heavyweight champion right now. They'd be like, "Isn't it Jon?" And they'd be like, "No."
It says it on the website.
I mean, it is.
Actually,
but it's not. Right.
Tom is interim.
It's just bullshit. Because now fucking Jon is going to go fight for a non-title fight against Stipe, right? Or is that
No, it's
fight?
still for the. It's still
Oh,
for
it's
the
still for the
heavyweight
title.
belt.
Okay.
Yeah, just Tom is still interim, but everyone's still just like immediately just writing Jon off still, and they're just saying Tom is the champ because
well,
that's literally it.
Yeah, well, now we know that we're for sure going to see Jon, but before that, it was like, yeah, well, we have no idea. So, yeah, Tom's champ right now, but now we know next month, Jon Jones is coming back. The only man who can save us from this horrible, horrible fucking timeline we're in, Jon Jones, our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior.
It's a big twist. Again, it's interesting to think that I know for a fact that you can go back to some old episodes of this podcast, and it's especially, me and Ian backing me up, being like, no, fuck him because he let us down.
A lot
and
of
he's
Jon
a little
Jones
piece
hate.
of shit.
Yeah.
And look at him here getting arrested again. Fucking idiot. And remember the time he fucked up? And now 2024, he's the only hope. help us, Jon Jones. You're our only hope.
Help us, Bones. You're our only hope.
You want to know something funny?
What?
Said this is gonna be his last fight.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
Bro's coming to do this one fight.
Just quit now.
You've let us
Just let
down,
Tom.
Jones.
Just let Tom be champ.
Oh man. There's the thumbnail right there, Joe. Right there. That's.
It's just. Why?
It's all over for us. Eventually,
There's no hope.
Eventually, Uncle Ive will get his title shot out of nowhere, and he'll take the title from Aspinall, and then it'll all be over.
No, wrong weight class.
It'll just be.
What do you mean?
Russians.
Oh, Uncle Ive's
Uncle Ive,
Volkov.
he's in
Light.
light heavyweight.
Who's the fucking heavyweight that is like next in line besides fucking
Alexander
Jon.
Volkov.
Volkov?
Tom killed everybody.
Tom did.
Like, anybody who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna," Tom was. Nope.
And that's what I'm saying. Tom's the man.
My
Tom's the
belt.
man. So I guess if Stipe beat, or I guess what? So even if Stipe loses, he still goes against Tom. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, we don't even know because remember, Stipe hasn't fucking fought in
Like 2-3 years.
yeah, like 3-4 years, damn near. He fought Francis, and that was probably 2021.
Yeah, nobody's the same after that.
Bro died.
What John fought last year?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
March
tore his
4th.
fucking bicep.
Tore his bicep. We will break down at least 4 to 5 fights here. But quick little shouts out to Court McGee, who's been around since like the fucking UFC Undisputed game era, like, and still racking up fucking wins. That was crazy.
And then him saying, "Yeah, cool, I won, but my greatest victory is I haven't drank or used." And it was just like, what a guy. What a guy.
Good
Bro
for
said,
you.
I cleaned my life up.
Let's go.
This is all a bonus.
Ryan Spawn putting out one of my, he used to be one of my most hated. Just came out to a fighter I still just don't like. Owen St. Preux
Yeah,
gets put away.
why don't you like OSP?
Because he came in at a time where light heavyweight was easy. It was around a time where Jon was gone at the time, and OSP was getting knockouts. Like, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't necessarily good. It's just a dude in there. It's like the heavyweight syndrome. He was just a dude in there who happened to be knocking out guys by swanging and banging, which, mad respect. Like I said, it went from like a lot of hate to just middle, but then they talk about his fight. Then he fought Jon Jones when I really didn't start to like Jon Jones, and that was a really tough fight for me. But he did test. It was like the first guy to like test Jon a little bit. Like, he tested Jon just a little bit, and ever since then I'm like, he is what it is. Like, I think it's just because like I knew what everybody knows now. He's not everybody's like, this is the next fucking champ, and I think at the time there was a lot of other guys like at that time, specifically Gustafsson, who were getting overlooked, and I was like, okay, well, this is fucking bullshit. OSP is not great. And, I was right. So that's why I didn't like
And
OSP.
he was right.
What's crazy is the only reason he got that title shot is that was when Jon was coming off his suspension.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all that was.
Yeah. For sure. And he for being OSP in that state at the time, like, he did okay. Yeah, but shouts out Ryan Spawn for getting that submission on him. Pretty quick, easy finish. The whole regular prelims, mad boring. Like, genuinely mad boring. Up until Joaquin Buckley gets the Superman punch on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I mean, just in the combo, boop, up against the cage. Done.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, everything was a decision.
Except for that.
Joaquin Buckley was like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I knew for that, like, I knew Joaquin wasn't really gonna, he did wrestle a little bit against Steven, but, like, I knew he wasn't gonna fully wrestle against him. They were gonna strike it out. And he's definitely, as it showed, more aggressive, stayed in his face, didn't allow Steven to do his in and out sprint karate stuff. And it goes to show, you don't have to just wrestle a karate guy to win. That doesn't make any sense. There's striking counters to that, and that was it. You stay in their face. Don't allow them room. Strike them up. Get out of distance, but don't fully get out of their distance. Allow them things. Stay into pressure. Joaquin Buckley. Superman punch. Well, Kayla Harrison probably got the only, like, good decision of the night. A decision that actually made sense, and that, like, they couldn't deny that one at all, and also a good fight as well. Kayla Harrison just, like, literally being like, yeah, sure, I mean, I'll beat up as many of these bitches as you want me to until you can just hand me the title now if you want.
It'd be appreciated.
I do appreciate, like, I forget, I think it was DC who was saying it, that he had talked to her in the fighter meeting, and somebody had asked, what's your celebrity look like? And she said Brock Lesnar. I was like, oh, and she's funny too, and she gets it. She looks like Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking brolic as shit. Nobody thought she would ever make 135.
Yeah, for real. She's a beast. Kevin Holland, man, it's just unfortunate what happened to that. That's just how does he have the most awkward stuff happen to him? Man broke a rib by twisting too hard.
He's just that powerful.
He's definitely.
Oh, speaking of that, bitch ass nigga Conor McGregor.
What'd he
talking
say?
about fucking tweeted out, nah, that's not good enough. You didn't even go in there to try to see if you could still fight. You just gave up immediately. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Says the nigga who literally left his last fight because of a toe injury.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here, dog. You're done. You're
it's cooked. A good thing. It's a good thing he fucking texted that out, because if he would have fucking put that in any kind of video, it would have been, nah, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. You got to get in there. Yeah. Fucking weirdo. Fucking addict.
Yeah.
Shouts out Court McGee.
Psychopath.
Needs to fucking take his phone away from him for sure.
That's insane, bro. What the fuck? He's like an unhinged Twitch streamer. It's fucking crazy.
A dangerous, unhinged Twitch streamer.
Yeah, for sure.
As much as, like, maybe in the cage, but in public, he could destroy most people.
For sure. Excuse me. And that's how I felt when Juliana Pena fucking won. Burp. Excuse me? Excuse me? Baking powder? What the fuck did you just say? Darnell was in the other room. He couldn't believe it. He was like, no, wait, hold on. That's not right. Wait. My headset must have broke up when they said that. No.
I'm trying to think, why did they even give it to her?
She definitely won round one. She won round one. And that's what they're saying. At the end, they were saying, it all comes down to round one. And I'm like, out of four rounds, it came down to round one? Raquel Pennington won the rest of the rounds.
Juliana got a takedown in round 2.
Yeah.
But she was outstruck. Round 3. Another takedown, submission attempt, more strikes.
Yeah, I don't.
Round 4 was Raquel. Round 5 was Raquel.
And those are
that's three rounds. Raquel won
to 2. And those are championship rounds, which are supposed to mean more, a la the fucking Jon Jones Gustafsson fight, where they literally said he won because he won the championship rounds. And we were like, okay, so in UFC, everything's made up. So I don't know why we care about anything anymore. Everything's all made up. Weight classes, punishments, choices of decisions. Everything's all made up now. It's all fixed. So who gives a shit anymore, apparently? Because if you win the championship rounds, which normal fighters keep in their minds, if I win championship round 4 and 5, those are the biggest scored rounds, I'm good to go. Oh, no, sorry. Well, she took you down in 2 rounds, so that's a GG. What I'm happy about is what I look for is I see Dana White looking upset, and he looks upset, so.
Yeah, he straight up said that the judging was crazy.
Yeah.
Specifically with those 2 fights.
Yeah, and the issue is the fact that he has zero control really over the judges because that's through the state.
Yeah.
It's like the state doesn't understand that MMA is different from these other things. Like they need to go through some sort of like class from the UFC or some shit. Like something.
And then for the commentators to stick up for them, like I understand that those are, reputable people, but it doesn't mean that they didn't fuck up. What the fuck? That's some bullshit.
Forgot what that one lady's name is that basically got banned from like boxing and MMA judging, at least in Vegas.
Oh,
Adelaide, that's her first name.
Yeah. I was.
And then Joe was just like, "Yeah, she's a very nice lady." He just left it at that, like as in he's not gonna badmouth her,
right,
publicly, even though it's just like that was dog shit.
Khalil and Alex Pereira do come in and save the entire night with a banger, and then of course Pereira gets the fucking knockout where we were like, who was reffing that fight? It was Mark Goddard. We were like,
fucking Mark Goddard.
Mark, stop the fight. Mark, help him.
I'm screaming, stop the fight, and I'm still at the same time saying exactly how Alex needs to finish the fight. Well, all he has to do, fucking body shots.
Yep.
He's gonna open him up and he's gonna crumble. That's exactly what happened. But he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna torture him for another 4 minutes.
100%.
Then I'm gonna body shot him."
God, Khalil with the fucking the nosebleed at the end. I'm like, gross.
That wasn't even a
so
nosebleed.
bad.
That was the blood clotting.
Yeah.
And that's what fell out of his fucking nose like that.
Yeah.
Because I've had nosebleeds my entire life, and I know exactly what that look and feels like. Fucking disgusting.
Nasty as hell.
Shit just literally just slides out.
And this
There ain't
was
shit you can do about it.
this
makes me want to blow my nose.
This was definitely an example of a fight where this is proper matchmaking too. It's not 2 kickboxers where one guy is like for sure gonna go ahead and just wrestle because he actually has some wrestling, or a kickboxer versus a wrestler where he's definitely just gonna wrestle him. It was 2 kickboxers, and we were like, yes, please. And you can't always make that happen. Like if the next guy in line happens to be a wrestler, then what are you gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's been a lot of wrestlers who also had a lot of fights where they're knocking people out, and they only use wrestling if they're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or to set up stuff.
Yeah.
Like that guy Justin Gaethje.
Doesn't
wrestle, but he'll defend the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Just to get away from you.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't want to wrestle. I just want to fucking.
Yeah. If it was more like that, then I'd be more all right with it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, oftentimes, even when dudes who come in with certain same styles, like oftentimes it can end up where they just stalemate. No, not with Pereira, not with Khalil Roundtree Jr. And if those guys were coming, and Darnell's been saying it all week when we've just been talking about Khalil. I mean, he throws business, and the first thing Ian says in round 1, he's like, "Oh my god, he's throwing so hard." I'm like, yeah,
I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
this is just what he does.
Just what he does.
It's what he's always done. No takedowns, only hands.
No change up, no curveball.
He basically kept up that power up until he died.
Yeah, until the third. That's when he got super tired.
Shouts out to him.
Oh yeah, and Alex had a fucking extensive list of bullshit that he was dealing with. I knew he was fucking sick. Ian just happened to cough the same time he fucking did. But that nigga was on like 2 different antibiotics
Oh.
while fighting. I'm like, I know I heard him cough like real bad in the corner.
Trying to get
It's
that
like
phlegm up. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, bro, is not he should not have been there like that.
Shouts out to him.
He got Khalil sick during the face-off. It was his whole plan. See, as Pereira was getting better, Khalil suddenly started getting worse right before the fight. It was his plan the whole time.
So it'd be great if
Damn,
Pineda
he's
says
smart.
that, and then Khalil comes on the mic. He's like, "I was also sick."
Yeah. You see, he's like posts a video a couple of days later. He's just like snot running down his face. He got me sick.
Shit.
It was a trap.
Well, boys, it's been a while, but do you know what time it is? It's time for some street shenanigans.
Yeah.
That's right, everybody. We're back with Street Shenanigans, where we cover the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control outside in the world, whether it be in a different fight promotion or somewhere outside of an apartment building or Waffle Houses, Costco's, any of those places where there's a fight. We will cover the action.
You can eat chicken bacon, watch a fight.
You can eat a double chunk chocolate cookie and watch a fight. We give you
open, sold, and wholesale.
Hey. And we break down what could have went better, what should have went better, if maybe they should have fucked around and found out or not. There's a lot of different things that we break down for educational purposes for you at home. And the biggest thing to know about what we do here, Ian, that's your job to tell them.
Oh, I'm telling YouTube they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine, YouTube. They're okay.
Thank you.
They're fine.
Thank you.
You the John Cena, are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Okay, there it is. It's been spliced in. We have time. There we go. I have done that. It's towards the end of the episode, so at this point, I'm like, that's one more thing I got to add it in. When I'm editing, I'll be like, that's fine. I can do that.
When you hear yourself say that when you're editing, fuck.
The thing is that I actually already have that clip saved in my clips, so we're good to go. I just got to drag that one in there. No big deal. All right, boys, let's go over the first one. This looks like it's from BKFC, and I think this guy forgot who the fuck he was supposed to be fighting. All right, so it looks like he's arguing with the ref. He's trying to figure it out. This guy gets in there, pieces him up some more. The ref's like, I've had enough.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, bro's on just straight instinct. Jesus.
Like, we've seen fighters try to grapple refs before, but I've never seen a fighter just come at them charging like that.
Ugh.
Some say he might have been too wobbly. Some say it was revenge.
He didn't like the ref's call, so he took it out on him. Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine the fear in your eyes of being a regular ref who maybe hasn't really competed in MMA. But also, that ref bitched him. He grabbed him by the throat. He was like, "Get off me!" He fucking stiff armed him in the throat. Hell no.
Good defense.
Shouts out to him. And what's the lesson to learn there, right there? I mean,
don't bare knuckle box. Problem solved.
Yeah, I think the ref did the best he could. Stiff arm. I would have personally maybe did some dip out and run away. The guy's not going to be able to cut any angles. He's wobbly.
Just run away from him.
Yeah.
Fight's over. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
I'm not even fighting you.
I'm not that guy.
As he's just wobbling,
yeah,
coming towards you, God.
Okay, let's see the next one. This is where I've learned a whole new level of ground and pound. This looks like it's gonna be good. Oh, the cage is being closed. They are locked in there, Mike. Whatever happens now, it's up to the ref to stop it. Hell in a cell. Yeah, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre look crazy. All right, so both horrible stances, little pushies. Oh, what did he even grab him by? Oh, the neck. Wow. Good. Yep. Good. Oh wow. Actually, we need to hear some noise on this one. If you want to pull it back and let's unmute that one.
It's not muted on.
Oh,
my
I
end.
haven't muted. Whoops, my bad.
You idiot.
Don't idiot. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's see it again. Oof.
He didn't trip or anything. He just like spun him.
Yeah. Gets the base. We're gonna go slaps. Slap. I slap you.
Oh, slap.
I slap you. Boss rooting right now is like, that's actually pretty good. That's good offense to use. Man, who knew the king of pancrazes would live here?
I mean, he definitely stunned him because nothing would save the
yeah.
back of his head from hitting that ground.
Yeah, no, for sure. Had full control of the neck.
Like, he didn't put his arms down or anything, bro. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're-
And he used both hands too. Now that I see it, like
Yeah.
when he actually grabs him, he grabs him with both hands as he drags him down.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. So yeah, he was definitely a bit stunned right there. But
I mean, has a fighter tried that? Maybe they should try that. Seemed to work for this guy.
Could you imagine just throttling and then dragging him down like in a UFC fight? That'd be nuts.
Oh shit. Yeah, I had a lesson there, but then I totally lost it. Fucking.
If you're confronting somebody, have a base. Like, don't have your legs so close together.
If you're confronting somebody at all, be ready to be about that action. Is really the
Like, yeah. Well, the kid was like pushing him and egging him on.
Yeah.
But
But he had no ready. He was not ready at all. For
yeah,
that
I'm like,
fucking-
if somebody could just like yoke you off your feet like that, dude, that's bad. You need to be more prepared if you're starting a fight.
Yeah. I agree. Let's go to our last one.
somebody getting their ass whooped by a broom. God damn, before you exit out of that.
Video. That did not look good.
All right.
What's this?
I honestly forgot about this one. Oh shit.
Oh,
All
some
right.
bros broing down.
We got some bros broing, and one bro, I mean, he thinks he's the man. He's like, look, he's like, ha, weave, okay, yeah, keep weaving. I mean, Gray Anderson Silva like defense.
And then this guy turns into Chris Weidman.
Ooh.
Little did he know, this guy has studied tape of 162. Oh,
I'm
shit.
like, the only reason why your swaying was working because he was on the bottom level and not close enough. Oh my god.
I imagine this is like a situation of like a guy who kind of knows MMA ran into a guy who actually knows about more, like his trains more MMA than him.
Yeah.
He's like, I can fight anybody I want out in the streets. I know MMA. This guy's like, I also know MMA. Oh shit. Yeah, I can tell by the way you absolutely fucked me up. Calling him stupid. Yeah, well, you're about to look real stupid in a second here.
Yeah.
When the combos start hitting. Oh!
Yeah, once you get close enough.
Faked him. It's funny, he kind of like went to grab him at the stomach and then he faked him and went up top. Damn. And with the towel in the pocket too? Damn. Dude looks like he works at a pizza place.
Killed him. Right?
You got fucked up by the pizza
That's why his
guy?
hands are so fast.
Oh no.
All that dose.
He puts those
spinning.
toppings on record
Oh,
time.
the dough spinning, yeah.
Yeah, he's
shit.
got the dexterity. He's got it all.
That's just Tony. Nobody special.
Damn.
Tony
I
just
also want
killed
to know
a
where
man,
this
all
is
right?
at. I'm like, what family function is this at? Like, what are they attending?
Right?
What is
What,
that for a
it looks like
baseball
a
game?
Pirates game, yeah. Fucking crazy though. I mean that like you said it well, Darnell. That's literally he went Weidman on him where he just started. He's like, all right, fine, fucking throw. I'll throw on your dumb ass until I get you, and I'm gonna start really getting you. No, you're an idiot, bro. Your girl's trying to help you. Your girl gave you an out, bro. She was like, no, big hug. Let's call it a day. And he was like, get up, bro. Now you suck. All right, you can pull it down.
Face of
There's a big lesson right there. If your girl's giving you the out, take the out, bro. She's giving you the out for a reason.
Or I mean, don't be so cocky. Like all these fights that most of these fights that we see, as soon as the guy starts acting way too cocky is when they start getting beat the fuck up.
Mhm.
It happens every time. Like if you're doing well in a fight, just keep doing well. Don't get flashy or cocky. You keep like just trying to avoid punches. Like you're either gonna fight him or you're not.
Yeah.
Pick one. Don't just sit there and mock and do all that shit, because then that'll happen.
Yeah, you're not Anderson Silva.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that
You're
guy,
not that
pal.
guy.
Okay. Well, that was fun. Does that mean we'll be back on a regular? Probably not.
No.
I mean, look at what next week's card is. It's meh. It's okay. It's so-so.
It's so.
Nah, I'm going for the Japanese guy. He's been pretty good, pretty consistent.
So you're watching for him?
Yeah, that's literally like the only reason.
Fair enough. Well,
I
Darnell
think
will give
there's
you his
one other
analysis of that on
person
Twitter.
here. Daniel Rodriguez is fighting. Oh yeah, fucking
Brent
Chris
Tavares.
Barnett. We haven't seen this man in like 2 fucking years, and he's fighting Junior Taffa. So that's I'm
That's
hurt
all
for
next
that
week?
fight. Yep,
Oh, that's right.
I'm hurt for that fight.
Damn. Looks like we will be back next week.
You heard it here.
We'll see you guys next week. Please hit the like button. Welcome us back. Let's talk MMA
Click that
together,
bell.
but also maybe not. Click that bell. Subscribe.
When I knock people
We
out,
just
they don't
appreciate
fucking
you.
move.
Bye, guys.
Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared.
Darnell.
How wooed.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You know, you're playing touch butt with that dork in the park. The ponytail.
My balls was hot.